You're listening to the Health Powered Productivity Podcast by RaderCo. I'm Marcey Rader, founder and chief productivity lead. This podcast's mission is to give you and your team bite-sized, time-saving, focus-boosting, health-improving tips that you can implement right away. Now, on with the show. In the last couple of months, I've participated in 2 new experiences and a few times received peculiar feedback when I shared what I did. First, I jump rope almost every day during the winter using my cross rope ropes. It's workout, not skill focused. And for 2 years, I've been looking for a skills clinic. I wanted to double dutch. I wanted to, be able to do some cross swings and jump through, take it through one leg and try all those new skills. And I finally found one near my house hosted by the Cary YMCA Super Skippers. It was marketed for all ages, and I signed up for the 3.5-hour clinic. When I walked in, everyone was aged 6 to 10, except for one 15-year-old girl and me. I was thankful for the high school girl, but only because it allowed us to practice double dutch and learn in a different area of the room than the kids. Because, for some things, it's best to be at the same height. But then also, we didn't need to practice the sit and listen game or have a fruit snack at a break. Now, I am almost 50. I am 48 years old, but I never thought of turning around when I saw all those kids. When I told my husband, he said, "Oh, wow, I would have walked right out." But it didn't cross my mind. It was skill-based, and we were at the same level. Being around them and seeing them practice over and over and not worrying about what people were thinking was so refreshing. I posted about it on LinkedIn, and it was really fun to read the responses of people who had recently gone outside their comfort zone or tried something new. Justin Jones Fasu became a level 1 sommelier. Lisa Wood, our client concierge and director of marketing, took a tap dancing class. Sophie Howe started doing Pilates, Deb Aranzio took up pottery, Elizabeth Galperin took surfing lessons with a group of 8 to 16-year-olds, Judith Girton started knitting, Jennifer Conweiler is now writing poetry, Dr. Jonica Rowland is also a jump roper, Dawn Bjork pushed aside her childhood story of not being sporty and committed as an adult to try over 50 different activities, lately learning poker and now being known as the Black Widow. Duncan Shaw started boxing, and Wendy Gates Corbett is now playing pickleball. The second thing I did was become a backup singer at the Great Cover-Up. This Raleigh event covers 3 weekends and has 10 to 11 bands per night, with each band covering 4 to 5 songs as the band. It's not covering a band. You are the band. You are introduced as the band, you dress up as the band, you pretend to be the band. It sells out every night, and the lines snake around the block. My husband, Kevin, and our concierge and director of marketing, Lisa, are professional musicians. And Lisa, asked me to be a backup singer. And at first I thought, no, I can't do this, because everyone was, out of the 8 people on stage, everyone was a professional musician except for me and one other person that she asked. But then I thought, well, if she's willing to risk it, then I guess I'll do it. We were the Eurythmics, and it was so much fun. And it also gave me insight into the life my husband has led his entire adult life. 4 nights of rehearsals, all for 20 minutes of music. It made me understand why musicians do it for no to little money sometimes. It was also fun to play the tambourine, not literally, but if you've watched the Chris Rock special Tambourine, wink wink, you know what I mean. It was fun to play the tambourine for Lisa when under normal circumstances, she's playing it for me as my number 1 support system at RaderCo. It made me think back when I was 29 years old and I committed to doing Ironman triathlons starting at 30. I couldn't even swim the length of a pool. And later, I was swimming 2.4 miles. And that is no small feat, but I knew I could learn. One of the best books I've read on mindset is from Carol Dweck, called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. And my big takeaway from that book is that when people are experts at certain things and identify with that, if they have a closed mindset, they won't push themselves or go outside their comfort zones for fear of no longer being an expert. My husband sees this with many of his drum students who've been told from an early age that they're so talented or they're naturally gifted. When they identify with that, they're the ones who won't try to learn the hard stuff. They're the ones that won't go out for jazz band because they're afraid they might fail and they will no longer look like the talented one or the gifted one. That book made me change how I speak to kids and how I look at new experiences. What are you thinking about doing that you feel a little nervous about? Aren't sure if you're the right fit, or scares you just a little? When was the last time you did something like that? If you can't remember, or it's been several years, now's the time to list a few things you'll commit to learning and not turning down an offer or walking out the door. Thank you for listening to the RaderCo Health Powered Productivity Podcast. The resources mentioned are linked in the show notes. We encourage you to check out our recommendations page on helloraderco.com/recommendations, which lists all our favorite products and services. If you found this podcast valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone you know that could benefit. If you want an eye-opening process to plan and reflect on, giving you the superpowers to see your remarkable accomplishments, experiences, and key lessons earned along the way, check out our Powered Path Playbook. It's an interactive digital course and analog tool that leverages your past and powers your future. helloraderco.com/playbook. Many of our listeners use our podcast as discussion points for team meetings. If you want tailored team training or coaching, reach us at helloraderco.com. And lastly, if you're looking for more bite-sized tips, get a sneak peek of my latest book, Work Well, Play More, Productive, Clutter-Free, Healthy Living, One Step at a Time. It's 1 year behavior change in productivity, clutter, and health in novice, pro, and master levels. It's waiting for you at helloraderco.com/gift.